Dear students, welcome to video 2 of Marketing of Financial Services. In this video, we will try to cover SIP, that is Systematic Investment Plan, try to understand Systematic Withdrawal Plan, and Systematic Transfer Plan also can be analyzed. Also, we would like to look into the benefits of SIP. The first question that comes to the mind when we talk about mutual fund is we have been continuous hearing a word SIP. Let us try to understand what SIP means. SIP is termed as, or full form of SIP stands as Systematic Investment Plan, is an investment scheme where you can invest a certain sum at regular intervals, and that intervals can be quarterly, monthly or weekly. For example, if I want to invest, if I start investing some amount, in our case the example would be 100 rupees, maybe monthly, every month I invest 100 rupees, or maybe I will invest it in a quarterly 4 months. After every 4 months, if I invest 100 rupees, that is what could be an investment which is in a regular interval. Interval can be quarterly, can be monthly or can be weekly. That is what is called as SIP. So what does it mean? That if I want to invest money, when and how I can invest money, and which will help us to understand the second point, that what are the different types of SIP. The first type of SIP is top up SIP. What does this do? Top up, as we are aware of, we also do a recharge. We do a regularly recharge, and in certain cases we require a recharge would be required for a 15 days. I will have a top up recharge done. Similarly, there is an investment which is also called as top up systematic investment plan. This type permits investor to boost his or her investment at regular intervals, and you can augment your investment with increase in your income. If suppose I was working with the company as a sales executive, and in the month of the March I earned an incentive of last quarter which was of 30,000. Now I wish to invest that amount of rupees 30,000 through in a systematic investment where I was already investing. For example, I was investing since last 1 year in a mutual fund named SBI Blue Chip. I got 20,000 rupees as an incentive. I want to invest that in the same SBI Blue Chip fund which I was investing through a systematic investment plan which was of 1,000 rupees each month. But as I got 20,000 rupees now as an incentive, I want to invest that entire 20,000 rupees in an SBI Blue Chip. What does it mean? I wanted to carry out a top up to SBI Blue Chip fund of rupees 20,000. That is what is called as top up SIP. Similarly, when I got fund, I was interested to invest that fund, I had a top up. Other type of fund is called as, or SIP is called as flexible SIP. Flexible SIP is the kind that allows investor to increase or decrease his or her investment as per the cash flow of the investor. For example, if I have 20,000 rupees, I invested 20,000 rupees, I can increase my SIP. But tomorrow, due to certain contingency, I was not able to give or make an investment of 10,000 or 1,000 rupees, I may make an investment of 5,000. As the name says, flexible. Either I can increase the investment or either I can decrease the investment. That is what is called as flexible SIP. The third type of SIP could be a perpetual SIP. Now what does a perpetual SIP means? A broker comes to me and asks me to open a SIP in SBI Blue Chip. I filled every detail in the form and signed, but I kept one line vacant, that till what date I wish to have that SIP. If that date is not mentioned, in the mandate days, it is called as perpetual SIP will go as long as I instruct it to close down, or would be for 25 years. The fourth type of SIP is called as trigger SIP. What is that? Trigger SIP is, as the name, trigger. You trigger your act. If you have something happening in front of you, it triggers your action. Sudden action comes into full. Likewise, when the market is responding in a positive way, investor would like to invest in that particular day or a particular situation. That is what is called as trigger SIP. So I suppose students should be clear in analyzing the four types of SIP: top up SIP, flexible SIP, perpetual SIP, and trigger SIP. As these are different types of SIP, by understanding what is SIP in definition, types of SIP, let us try to look into what are the benefits of SIP. There are 5 benefits. If you look at, there are 5 pillars which are very strong benefits of SIP. The first benefit is convenience. I say investing in mutual fund through SIP is the most convenient and hassle-free mode of investment. Why I am saying it? Because you can make that investment happen automatically if you opt for an ECS format, that is electronic clearing system, wherein your auto debit instructions are given, and on a pre-specified date a pre-specified amount is invested in the fund you are mentioned to invest will go on regularly. You don't need to go to the website, go online, make payment, then we need to check whether the amount is available or not, we need to check that the net is available or not. By doing this, instead of going for ECS, your amount, pre-specified amount in a pre-specified fund on a pre-specified date will take place simultaneously. That is what is called as convenience. Flexibility. There's no lock-in period under SIP plans. You can exit or exile the SIP anytime you want. Is the flexibility you are going for? You have invested. Tomorrow I feel that I am not having funds to invest due to certain contingency, I may not invest. I give directions, or I go online and just make it that from next step I am not ready to make my payments. That is what is flexibility. Disciplined saving. As the investor invests at certain intervals, you can end up making up disciplined saving. Let us put our own example. If I am not aware of when I should invest in mutual funds, when I should come out of the mutual fund, what is the date in which I should invest, what should I do when the share market goes up, what should I do when it goes down? Instead, let it be that the specified amount goes out in a particular date with the particular amount, irrespective the share market goes up or down. That is what is called as disciplined saving. SIP bears a moderate risk. SIP allows an investor to earn returns above average on their investment with moderate risk, which would be further clarified when we try to analyze how averaging will take place. And the last and the most important is long-term gains. SIP plans are best for long-term gains. Gradually you see a huge growth in the invested amount of the investor. That is what is a benefit of that. So let us try to understand how the benefit of SIP can be seen, which is very well explained by a term called as Rupee cost averaging. Here if you look at, investor have invested 500 rupees in the 11th month of the year 2013 till 10th month of the year 2014. If you look at investment, he has tried to invest 500 rupees in the last column, so total investment he made was 6,000 rupees. Similarly, as per the NAV rates, the investor has got allotment of units. If you look at row number 1, 500 rupees were invested on 5th November 2013. NAV was 450.87. Total number of units allotted were 2.28. Similarly, if you look at I have done a total at the end of October 2014. Total of NAV I have written, then I have total units which is total 21.64 and total investment is 5000. Let us try to understand. Average cost is 277.27, which I calculated in a very simple way. Average cost is nothing but total amounts divided by total units. That means 6000 divided by 21.64 has given me average cost of 277.27. What is an average point? Sum of all NAVs, which we have done in column number 1, and I have divided it, that is what I have done, divided it by number of allotment, that is investment span. If you look at calculated, it is for 12 months. What is that? 563.15. that is what is talking about average price. What does it mean? That the investment I made has given me greater return as compared to what is the investment made. That is what is called as rupee cost averaging. I suppose it makes a clear sense of how mutual fund is going to benefit me. Similarly, let us try to understand power of compounding. If you look at, there are 4 columns given, one at the end of the year, second is at 5% rate of interest, 10%, 15% and 20%. At the end of 1 year, if you look at first row, 5% rate of return, compounding will go to 105 rupees, similarly 120 to the 20% slab, but at the end of 25 years it will be 339 for 5% and 9540 for 20%. That is what is the power of compounding interest. Just imagine 100 rupees invested, what is going to happen after 25 years, and the power of compounding says it will maximize returns for long run. That is what is the benefit which we need to understand with the term called as power of compounding. And let us try to move forward now to another concept altogether. As of now we are talking about the term which is called as SIP. Let us try to understand something related to mutual funds and is termed as STP. Let us look at STP. As the word STP, it is termed as systematic transfer plan. Look at the word. The last time it was systematic investment plan. Now it has moved from investment to transfer. What it is? Dear friends, it is a smart investing tool that helps you to transfer specific amounts at regular interval from one lump sum investment into another mutual fund scheme in the same fund house. It helps to maximize the effects of market volatility on investment and also gives you an opportunity to generate better growth over the long term. To better understand, let us look at an example before I go to the benefits. If you look at rupees 1 crore was invested in a fund which is called as ICICI Pru Arbitrage Fund Growth, which was having a fund value of 1 crore, of which what I did was every month I was getting some benefits. The benefits in a tune of rupees 50,000 was transferred every month to the fund which belongs to the same house, which is ICICI AMC, and the fund is different now, which is an ICICI focused fund growth. 50 months I have invested 12 months I have invested 50,000 rupees. Look at the fund value. After 5 years I had 1 crore with me. Whatever was the profit generated from 1 crore, every month I invested in a fund. I developed one more fund or source of income which was worth rupees 45 lakh. Means from this fund of ICICI Pru Arbitrage, wherein I had one time investment of 1 crore, I started generating profits of rupees 50,000 each month, which has been transferred to some other fund which has given me a return of 45 lakh. Clear cut stating that there are benefits of STP. First benefit is it will gain a steady growth through rupee cost averaging, the point which we already discussed, which is called, as rupee cost averaging. If not understood, now you can move back and look at the example which I have tried to mention. STP defends against market volatility. If there had been fluctuation in 1 crore, I might have gone into losses, but I've tried to invest in one more fund which is altogether a different fund, and which I've tried to balance my volatility of my investment, and hence the returns are balanced. Third, STP will always offer a better growth potential through power of compounding. STP also helps in strategic asset allocation and rebalancing. Dear friends, it is always suggested you always have a portfolio which is diversified. If you invest in only one type of fund, and tomorrow if market becomes volatile and that fund would collapse, I would lose all the investment which I had made through mutual fund. So for a better return, we always should have a balanced and diversified approach. Last but not the least, systematic transfer plan helps manage risk more efficiently. Here classical example of 1 crore plus 45 lakh, from same 1 crore I moved just some funds into some other funds, and I have tried to go. Protected capital of rupees 1 crore, as well it generated me rupees 45 lakh as a profit. That is what we need to understand with the term which we need to put across. That is what we need to understand with respect to systematic transfer plan. Let us try to understand one more term which is called as systematic withdrawal plan. Recap: SIP, systematic investment plan; STP, systematic transfer plan; SWP, systematic withdrawal plan. It is a tool that allows investor to withdraw portion of investment over a period of time, and you transfer the money regularly into another investment. This payouts to supplement income as income in future. That is what is a benefit. Generates regular cash flow means you need to pick your the scheme, choose the SWP option, in which scheme withdrawal option क्या है वो मैंने डाला. I will try to put into, complete the transaction, and what I do is I enjoy a regular flow. I do this because I want to generate a regular cash flow. I want to have a continuous amount of cash flow. I should have a flexible return options available for me, flexible money options available with me, and moreover I would like to analyze that whatever I have, it should be in a form of efficient tax return. Efficient tax returns would be there. That is what we need to understand as a systematic withdrawal plans. Last but not the least, we are continuously trying to analyze was the term which is called as net asset value, NAV, which is termed as net asset value, which is a value of a fund similarly as a value of a equity stock. If I say equity stock of company A is priced at 2000 on 23rd of March, that means NAV is nothing but the value of a mutual fund on that particular date. Let us try to understand with an example now. There are two funds, Fund A and Fund B. Investor named Rishikesh have invested. He has invested 10,000 rupees in both the funds. 10,000 each, means 20,000 were invested. One was 10,000 rupees in Fund A and 10,000 rupees in Fund B. NAV, suppose investment was made yesterday. NAV yesterday closing NAV was rupees 100 for Fund A, rupees 200 for Fund B. You try to look into what are the units received. As Fund A NAV was at rupees 100, he got 100 units. But for Fund B, NAV was 200 units, hence the number of units he has got is 50%. After 1 year, for example, Fund A has given a return of 10% and Fund B has given a return on 10%, and NAV subsequently is rupees 110 multiplied by unit received 100, you will try to see that person has investment value of rupees 11,000. Means investing 10,000 rupees. Look at the NAV has made a difference. Though the return was same in fund B, units received were only 50 with 10% return. NAV at 220, 11,000, it has got converted into 11,000. What is more important in this, dear friend, what is an NAV value? That is what we need to understand. To close, let me try to understand what are the things which we try to look into in this video session. We try to analyze the terms like SIP, that is systematic investment plan. We try to analyze a term which is called as STP, transfer plan, systematic transfer plan. Also we try to analyze a term which is called as systematic withdrawal plan. At the end, we try to analyze a small term which is called as NAV, which means net asset value. Thank you for the session.